Trailblazers have home court advantage. And Portland starts out with the ball. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And New York looking at who they've got. They've got Anthony. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Galloway in at the point. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer, Lillard, and the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Hey guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Henderson kicks to Lillard. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Here's Galloway, covered by Lillard. Unloads from 13. Galloway, no good.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grip.
And Lillard kicks to Plumlee. Here's Davis. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
On defense, Portland. Down low, here's Lopez. Plumlee with some nice D.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Lillard, right side. A floater. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
For New York, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Here's Aflalo. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Lillard attacking. Lopez with the steal. Follow against Henderson. Here's Lopez. Hits that one. Nice pass, leading him to the bucket.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Seems every season, Clark, you hear the same thing. Portland Trailblazers had to deal with some tough injuries.
Kevin, it appears as though it might actually be a curse. I don't like to use that word, but the history of this team and injuries is as unique as any in the league. Last year, no different.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Galloway, the pass to Aflalo. Here's Porzingis, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And with the Blazers and injuries, even when they fought through pain, guys weren't at 100%. Aldridge wasn't quite the same with his hand injury.
And losing Matthews for the season was huge too, guys. I mean, every team goes through injury woes and bumps during the course of the season, but the Blazers just seem to be, at least in the last half dozen years or so, hit very hard every year.
Good on the second free throw. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Now, here's Aminu. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lillard from outside. Rebounded by Anthony. New York trailing.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Here's Porzingis. Goes up the baseline. Aflalo, no good. And here we go. Fast break. Henderson's got it. Rebounded by Anthony. New York with the ball.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Lillard. He has 6. With the teardrop, he takes it up and lays it in. Lillard's got 8 points.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And one thing about Damian Lillard, for as much as he handles the ball, for as much as he pushes the action, he doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, surprising for a young, aggressive point guard, but this guy plays wise beyond his years.
A different look now for Portland. Chris Kamen's checked in for Plumlee. Myers Leonard comes in for Ed Davis. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Gerald Henderson. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Jose Calderon, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Grant in for Langston Galloway. Now here's Serafin. No good off the back of the rim. And you know, Clark, another important point regarding Lillard, for as aggressive as he has been going to the basket, he's extremely durable. He's been terrific in terms of health.
He's been an every gamer throughout his young
Isn't
career.
that something?
That is remarkable. Unusual in today's NBA for sure.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
So we can't get either to fall.
You know, the Knicks made the playoffs every season between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons.
Here's Grant. Chris Kaman making his last shot. Anthony right side. Serafin dishes to Calderon. Outside Anthony puts up a 3. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. Anthony's got 5.
And listen, the pressure is always on the Knicks to make the playoffs just because of where the team is. Being in New York can have its advantages, but it comes with expectations that your team will be in the postseason.
No good from Grant.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And the basket by Lillard.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Here's Anthony. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers lead by 2. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor. I would say, Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
I think that would be accurate. I mean, Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of his business and doing what he needs to be doing. I mean, his reality is trying to live up to the expectations for him in Portland.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
Al Farouk Amino is out there with Von. Then there's Myers Leonard. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Henderson in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now here's Calderon. Following the missed shot by Noah Vonleh. The 3 from Afflalo. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. 7 points for Aaron Afflalo.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here's McCollum. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Kicks to Leonard. Lets it go from 11. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Here's Afflalo. Myers Leonard picking up that last basket. And the rejection by Leonard. There's the pick. McCollum kicks to Vonleh. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Henderson. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And guys, Myers Leonard really showing signs of progress in last season. Huge steps forward for the big man.
And you know, progress is all about confidence with young players. I mean, his shooting percentages were remarkable when you look at the fact that 50, 40, 90, 50%, 40%, 90% for a 7-footer. Unheard of, and he's in that neighborhood.
Portland trailing here. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Plumlee's checked in. The Knicks also changing it up. Lopez, he's checked in for Kevin Serafin. And it's Porzingis in for Jose Calderon. There's the screen. The 3 from McCollum. The shot, no good.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Williams with a clean look. No good on the triple. The Trailblazers have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Portland was just fantastic at home last season. We expect that, though, of this team, Greg. 32-9. It was packed each game.
And Kevin, of that 32-win mark, how about that was the 4th best in the entire league? You don't win your division without winning at home, and Portland definitely took care of business.
Henderson with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Plumlee with the screen. Jumper off the screen. And that one's good by Henderson. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Well, I tell you what, it seems as though Portland is always good at home. It was 2007 when they last had a losing record in this building. Even when they're down overall, they're always tough at home.
To the wing on the left. Here's Porzingis. It's tipped, but he gets it back. Williams passes to a Flower. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Galloway. The shot no good. And it's Portland the other way.
And unfortunately, guys, for Portland, they didn't have home court advantage in the playoffs. As great as they were at home all year, it could have made a big difference for them in the postseason.
Now here's Henderson. And Vonleh the bucket on the assist by Henderson. Vonleh's got his first basket.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what you see is what you get, a solid player, good athleticism, but he doesn't really specialize, Clark, in any one thing.
Well said, Kevin, right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack-of-all-trades kind of guy. Skills were somewhat unrefined, and that's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
Chris Kamen's checked in for Portland. Lillard comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Then for the Knicks, Anthony comes in for Williams. And it's Grant in for Langston Galloway. Knicks trail by 6.
And going back to Henderson, he has the raw tools and intelligence to be a good scorer, but limited range and ball handling skills have put a cap on his development. Plus, he kind of lacks a go-to scorer's mentality.
Clock at 6. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's Grant. New York, no good that time either. Portland leading by 6. Lillard dishes to Plumlee. Excellent D there from Aflalo.
And, of course, Gerald Henderson Jr.'s dad was a solid NBA player in his own right. Never made an all-star team, but was a 3-time NBA champion. And ultimately, that's what counts.
And he gets it to go.
Caught him off guard with that move. It definitely had the element of surprise. Nobody expected him to bust out a spin, but it worked beautifully that time.
Now here's Henderson. The 11-footer. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's his first trip to the line.
Gerald Henderson taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Davis is checked in for Plumlee. And New York with a change here, too. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Lopez. And so he makes both from the line.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the... And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really,
Good try.
in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Grant outside. Feeds to Aflalo. Passes it to O'Quinn. Some nice passing by New York here. From deep 3-point range. And it's Portland with the rebound. Here is Lillard from deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got 13 points.
Pretty looking shot. I mean, when you can hit it from that deep, wow.
Now, I'll tell you what, Clark, you got to be feeling pretty good to put it up from out there.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Portland out in front as they end the second quarter on a 14-6 run. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I've got Jose, and what is foremost in your mind going up against these guys tonight?
They know how to play, so that's what we got to give in the second half and trying to execute a little bit better, try to play even better defense, and that way we can, keep working on this lead. I think we are a really good team. We can beat anybody.
Nice confidence, Jose. Thank you. Kevin?
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 13 points and 1 rebound. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
Well, the shots were dropping for them. I mean, they was just dropping out of everywhere, dropping out the ceiling, dropping out the popcorn guy's man's hand, whatever. It didn't matter what the defense was. They found a way to get a good look almost every time. They just got to be patient, take as long as they need to keep finding those high percentage shots.
And over to Kenny. What'd you think about New York?
Well, the bench was really outscored, and that hurt them. They didn't get any extra spark that sometimes can energize an offense. Instead, the starters had to carry their load, and that's a big reason why they fell behind. The bench almost has to score something in the second half for this team to win.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Knicks trail by 7, setting the floor for the Knicks. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Galloway in at the point guard position. From 18 feet away. On the wing, Aflalo. Henderson defending. Aflalo against Henderson. Lopez a screen. Jacks up a 3. Kept alive by New York.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Aflalo outside. Fade away. And the Knicks miss again.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
You look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark, they won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
The 15-footer, Aflalo with another miss.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And the basket by Lillard. Here's Galloway. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
And speaking of the intangibles for Robin Lopez, he's great at boxing out for rebounds and setting screens offensively. Again, things that there really aren't stats that are kept, but those are ways you can impact the game. And those are the kind of plays that often go overlooked. And Lopez, or as they like to call him, Rolo, an elite rim protector, just a really good shot blocker, but he doesn't chase blocks. He just challenges every shot inside without fouling.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for New York. Calderon comes in for Aaron Aflalo. Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Now Henderson. At the elbow, it's Lillard. Now, here's Aminu. It's Henderson on the wing. Shot clock at 3. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Henderson's got 6.
Even though there's a height disadvantage, he's still able to go up and over his man.
Well, he's fearless. I mean, there's nothing that concerns him. No matter what the matchup is, he's a guy that doesn't back down. He's beyond being intimidated.
Anthony kicks to Seraphin. Calderon has the open look. That's short off the rim.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside. He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him. And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole the game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
Calderon against Henderson. Shot off the pick. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. Knicks trail by 9. The pass to Calderon. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Calderon's got 5.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
Lillard attacking, and it's blocked. But he stays with it. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Galloway. Henderson pulls it in. Henderson's got 4 rebounds in this game. He kicks to Plumlee. Nobody near Lillard. Drills it from outside. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player. Has the size to bang and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on. A different look now for Portland. Chris Kaman's checked in for Plumlee. Vonleh comes in for Leonard. And McCollum subbed in for Gerald Henderson. And then for New York, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Lopez. And it's Grant in for Langston Galloway.
And, you know, back to Plumlee, he showed steady improvement last season, improved statistically in just about every category over his rookie year. If he could become a little less mechanical with his postgame, I think he could even go higher.
That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Anthony. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Kaman.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Williams, he's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Knicks trail by 8.
You know, one thing about Plumlee, going back, he's been a tremendous rebounder. He can shoot over 60% from the field for you. However, he was a terrible free throw shooter last season, under 50%, which caused at least a couple teams to employ a little hack-a-Mason strategy.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Trailblazers.
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
Well, it's been a super performance from beyond the arc, too. I mean, they've been raining in those threes.
That free throw missing. As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
And, you know, just as you said, Portland didn't have enough to get by the Grizzlies in the first round. Ended up losing in 5 after taking 1 game, and that was game 4. Just had a hard time breaking down the Memphis defense.
And it's Kaman missing.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Grant kicks to Calderon. Dishes it to O'Quinn. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. Calderon's got 4 assists in the game.
Another loss for the Blazers when they were the 4 seed, as you mentioned. As a franchise, they have lost in the first round every time they have ended up as the 4 seed. Not exactly a good position for them to be in.
Grant the pass to Williams. To the inside. Here's O'Quinn. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Knicks shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Porzingis, he's checked in for New York. Flalo comes in for Jose Calderon. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Trailblazers leading by 4. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Lillard with it. Now defended by Grant. Davis with a screen on a Flalo. McCollum loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. McCollum's got 5.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. It's the Trailblazers up 6. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the 4th quarter. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Portland's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Davis is out there with Henderson, and it's Plumlee in at the 5 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Got a piece of it. Lopez with the steal, and pushing it up. Here's New York. Grant leading the charge. Aflalo, no good.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And Davis puts it in. Knicks trail by 8. Grant dishes to Galloway. The 8-footer. Portland grabs the miss. Plumlee's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Lopez with the steal. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Aflalo. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Now that could be a major moment in this game. Mark your clock right now. Just when we thought this contest might be over, a steal, a fast break, and it's hold everything time.
Yeah, but they're still in the driver's seat right now. I'm not sure the comeback is fully on just yet. One more transition bucket, though, and it could be. And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand, but freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Terry Stotts gave to his team during that last break. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Longley's checked in. Here's Lillard. Drops in the layup for 2. Lillard's got 20 points. And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable.
Galloway, no good.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up. How about the game for Aflalo? He's got 13 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more. Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year, just lacked any real presence in the paint, and lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
And so Aaron Aflalo nails both of them. You know, at the Knicks, they were second to last in field goal percentage from their front court. Granted, they were hit by injuries. It seemed like all over the place all season.
Yeah, you know, with that poor field goal percentage shooting and being top 3 in field goal attempts on the year, not a good combination.
You know, sometimes the best way to attack size is to go right at it.
Well, I tell you what, Portland was fantastic from the line last season. How about this? Shot over 80% from the line as a team. That led the entire league in free throw shooting.
And for Portland last season, that was the second consecutive year that the team was the best in the league from the free throw line. Greg, they shot even better than the previous year.
Yeah, unbelievable. They really do punish you with every trip to the line. 80% from the stripe is good for any player, but how about for a team? Impressive.
Henderson against the Flalo. And a fast break now for New York. Anthony leading the charge.
Really opportunistic basketball there. And when they desperately needed it, timely, opportunistic basketball.
And it really couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, they've got to take even more chances on defense now. Try to get some more of those steals to start the break. Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Derek Fisher was giving to his team. The focus of this discussion was getting their offense to run through a Flalo. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. It's pretty late in the game to be altering the game plan, but they're going to come out with a different look here, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
Henderson, no good. Knicks trail by 7, and a Flalo kicks to Anthony. And there's the foul. It'll go on Ed Davis. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Lopez a screen. The drive by Anthony. He used that pick to get in close.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Aminu, the pass to Plumlee. And Lillard kicks to Henderson. Davis with a screen on a Flalo. Left side, Davis. Lillard outside. Shot clock at 5. Takes it from 10. Got a piece of it. There's Galloway. There's 1:47 left to play in the final quarter. Anthony. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
What a great game for Anthony in this one. He's got 11 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today. And you just knew he wasn't going to miss that one, not with so much riding on it.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
1:43 left in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Here's Plumlee. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
Here's Galloway. The three. Anthony's shot is off.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Davis sets a screen. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter of this one, and the basket by Lillard.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Galloway kicks to Anthony. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
All right, I want everyone to give it up for your Blazer dancers.
The dish to Plumlee. Lillard outside. The teardrop falls in. Lillard's got 24.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
And Lillard gets double teamed. Davis dishes to Henderson. Back to Davis. To the left side wing. For 3. Offensive rebound. And now they decide to foul intentionally. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth. And an intentional foul right there.
At the line for Trailblazers, and Davis taking 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Time running low here.
A quick score, Greg, and then probably foul him right away.
Here's Porzingis. Good! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lillard with it. Four on the clock. Unloads. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Congratulations, Damian, on a nice win. What does this sort of game say about this team?
I think, first of all, it says that, we got to learn how to keep a lead. We can't let teams put us in that position at the end of a game when we play so well, but I think it showed our composure, our ability to win the game down the stretch when the team had us on our heels in the closing minutes of a game. We found a way to pull it out.
You certainly showed some toughness, Damian. Thanks for the time, guys.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Damian Lillard. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on him to deliver these sorts of performances, and he helped carry his team tonight.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
What I like most about Lillard is that you never see him play out of control. He's got a poise that not very many guys have, point guard or otherwise. And there's no question about his scoring ability. Just look at what he did tonight.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.